Welcome. It's wonderful to have you guys all here again for our annual poetry competition celebration. Every year I'm amazed at how well students do coming up here, reciting a poem that took some time to memorize, remembering to look at the audience, to make eye contact, to use expression. You do a wonderful job. Thank you to parents who've come this afternoon to listen as well. I'm sure you're going to really enjoy it. And a reminder before we start for all people with a cell phone to turn it off or turn it to vibrate. We had some phones ringing this morning, and that distracts us a little bit when we're up on stage. Okay, before we start, I'm going to introduce the judges to you. We have 4 judges this afternoon. We have Mrs. Scott, who's a parent and the head of artistic group. We have Mr. Reese, who's a teacher at TIS. We have Ms. Sheriff, our librarian. And this afternoon we have Daniel Kim with us. Daniel is the student council president. He's in grade 12. Maybe one of you, when you get to grade 12, will have that esteemed job. So he's the head of our student council. He's going to help us as well. We have some students who are up here all by themselves, and we have some students who are going to come up in groups. So your job when you are not presenting is to be a very respectful audience and to stay sitting and to not talk so that you are listening to the people that are up here presenting. All right, we're going to start with grade 4. Welcome. It's wonderful to have you guys all here again for our annual poetry competition celebration. Every year I'm amazed at how well students do coming up here, reciting a poem that took some time to memorize, remembering to look at the audience, to make eye contact, to use expression. You do a wonderful job. Thank you to parents who've come this afternoon to listen as well. I'm sure you're going to really enjoy it. And a reminder before we start for all people with a cell phone to turn it off or turn it to vibrate. We had some phones ringing this morning, and that distracts us a little bit when we're up on stage. Okay, before we start, I'm going to introduce the judges to you. We have 4 judges this afternoon. We have Mrs. Scott, who's a parent and the head of artistic group. We have Mr. Reese, who's a teacher at TIS. We have Ms. Sheriff, our librarian. And this afternoon we have Daniel Kim with us. Daniel is the student council president. He's in grade 12. Maybe one of you, when you get to grade 12, will have that esteemed job. So he's the head of our student council. He's going to help us as well. We have some students who are up here all by themselves, and we have some students who are going to come up in groups. So your job when you are not presenting is to be a very respectful audience and to stay sitting and to not talk so that you are listening to the people that are up here presenting. All right, we're going to start with grade 4. So our very brave first person to go up this afternoon is Audrey O. And Audrey is going to read an interesting poem for us, which is called Please Don't Read This Poem.
Please don't read this poem by Ken Nesbitt. Please don't read this poem. It's only meant for me. That's it. Just move along now. There's nothing here to see. Besides, I'm sure you'd rather just go outside and play. So put the poem down now and slowly back away. Hey, why are you still reading? That isn't very nice. I've asked you once politely. Don't make me ask you twice. I'm telling you, it's private. Do not read one more line. Hey, that's one more. Now stop it. This isn't yours. It's mine. You're not allowed to read this. You really have to stop. If you don't quit this instant, I'll swear I'll call a cop. He'll drag you off in handcuffs. He'll lock you up in jail and leave you there forever until you're old and frail. Your friends will all forget you. You won't be even missed. Your family too will likely forget that you exist. all because you read this instead of having fun. It's too late now, amigo. The poem's nearly done. There's only one solution. Here's what you have to do. Tell all your friends and family. They should read it too.
Next we have Ronnie Ho. Ronnie's going to recite a poem for us. Ronnie's poem is about a teacher who does something that's not very good.
My teacher took my iPod by Ken Nesbitt. My teacher took my iPod. She said they had a rule. I couldn't bring it into class or even to the school. She said she would return it. I had a class that day. But then she tried my headphones on and gave a click on play. She looked a little startled, but after just a while, she made sure we were occupied and cracked a wicked smile. Her body started swaying. Her toes began to tap. She started grooving in her seat and rocking to the rap. My teacher said she changed her mind. She thinks it's now okay to bring my iPod into class. She takes it every day.
Lulan Zhang is next. Lulan is going to recite a poem for us about her parents giving her a job.
My parents sent me to the store. I Ken Nesbitt. My parents sent me to the store to buy a loaf of bread. I came home with a puppy and a pocket instead. I came home with a guinea pig, a hamster and a cat, a turtle and a lizard, and a friendly little rat. I also had a monkey, a mongoose and a mouse. Those animals were crazy when I brought them in the house. They barked and yelled and hissed up and chased my family out the door. My parents never let me do the shopping anymore.
Well done, Lulan. That's quite a houseful. Wallen is next. Mona Wallen. Wallen is going to recite a poem for us that's called I Hope That You Can Read This.
I hope that you can read this. I'm pretty sure you can. It's tricky, and I'm wondering if you understand. I know that's a puzzle. I know it's kind of tough. I hope that you don't rip it up and scream I've had enough. I'm typing this the only way that I know how today. I hope that you can understand the words I'm trying to say. If you can read this message, it means you're really smart. It also means that my computer's keyboard fell apart.
Thank you, Wallen. Diego is next. Diego has a poem about something that's dear to the hearts of many students. His poem is called Xbox, Xbox.
Xbox, Xbox by Ken Nesbitt. Xbox, Xbox, you're the one for me. I also love my 3DS and my Nintendo Wii. GameCube, Game Boy, Apple, iPod Touch. I never thought that I would ever be in love this much. Pac-Man, Sonic, Mario, and Link. Your names are etched inside my mind in everlasting ink. Run, jump, flip, hang, double jump, and climb. That's all I want to do with every second of my time. This is true love. Yes, it's plain to see. Xbox, Xbox, will you marry me?
Thank you, Diego. There's some fans of your poem up there. Bianca Lowe is next. Now, Bianca is going to recite Please Don't Read This Poem. And we've heard this poem once. And this is going to happen several times this afternoon where we hear a poem more than once. So when it's a poem you've heard, you need to listen to the interpretation that the person gives it the next time, because each time it's a bit different. Go ahead, Bianca.
Please don't read this poem by Ken Nesbitt. Please don't read this poem. It's only meant for me. That's it. Just move along now. There's nothing here to see. Besides, I'm sure you'd rather just go outside and play. So put the poem down now and slowly back away. Hey, why are you still reading? That isn't very nice. I've asked you once politely. Don't make me ask you twice. I'm telling you it's private. Do not read one more line. Hey, that's one more. Now stop it. This isn't yours. It's mine. You're not allowed to read this. You really have to stop. If you don't quit this instant, I swear I'll call a cop. They'll drag you off in handcuffs. They'll lock you up in jail and leave you there forever until you're old and frail. Your friends will all forget you. You won't be even missed. Your family, too, will likely forget that you exist. And all because you read this instead of having fun. It's too late now, amigo. The poem's nearly done. There's only one solution. Here's what you'll have to do. Tell all your friends and family they shouldn't read it too.
Very well done. Now we have a group poem. We have grade 4 ELL students coming up. We have Alvin, Jordan, Benjamin, and Lorraine. And their poem is called My Favorite Food is Broccoli. Oh, everybody's favorite food. Come on up, guys.
My favorite food is broccoli by Ken Nesbitt. My favorite food is broccoli. I eat it every day. There isn't any other food that makes me feel this way. It makes me feel so healthy. It makes me look so cute. But mostly I like broccoli because it makes me cute.
Well done. All right, we're going to have our grade 5s come up next.
Just don't know. How to teach them, how to show them.
Okay, Dylan is going to go first, and her poem is about a very interesting hamster.
My Hamster Has a Skateboard by Ken Nesbitt. My hamster has a skateboard. When he rides it though, he falls. He takes off like a maniac and crashes into the walls. He screams, Geronimo! And then goes crashing down the stairs. He's good at knocking tables down and slamming into chairs. He'll slalom through the living room, and then you'll hear a splat, which means that he's collided with my mother or the cat. He flies right into cabinets and smashes into doors. I think he's wrecked on every bed and every chest of drawers. It's fun to watch him ride because you're sure to hear a smash. He doesn't skate so well, but boy, he sure knows how to crash.
Thank you, Dylan. Well done. Jonathan is next. Come on out, Jonathan. And Jonathan's poem is about feeling very full.
I'm absolutely full tonight by Ken Nesbitt. I'm absolutely full tonight. I couldn't eat another bite. I couldn't eat a half a beet or even taste a tangerine. I couldn't lick a lettuce leaf or bite the slightest bit of beef. I couldn't polish off a beet or sip a single drop of tea or nibble on an anagram of pickled ham or candy yam or lamb or clam or jam or spam. Yes, that's how full I truly am. To even think of eating more leave me lying on the floor and surely make my stomach hurt unless, of course, you got dessert.
Thank you, Jonathan. Now we have Hediard Hugh. I hope I got your name right, Hediard. Hediard is going to tell us a poem about a very naughty teacher.
My Teacher Ate My Homework by Ken Nesbitt. My teacher ate my homework, which I thought was rather odd. He sniffed at it and smiled with an approving sort of nod. He took a little nibble, it's unusual, but true. Then Hannah somewhat larger bite and gave a thoughtful chew. I think he must have liked it, for he really went to town. He gobbled it with gusto and wolfed the whole thing down. He licked all of his fingers, gave a burp and said, "You pass. I guess that's how they grade you when you're in a cooking class."
Did you know that's why teachers are always so full when they come back to school on Mondays, because they've been grading your homework all weekend? Okay, Jesse's going to do a poem for us today about April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day by Ken Nesbitt. Mackenzie put a whoopee cushion on the teacher's chair. Michaela told the teacher that a bug was in her hair. Alyssa bought an apple with a purple gummy worm and gave it to the teacher just to see if she would squirm. Elijah left a plastic piece of dog on the floor, and Vincent put some plastic vomit in the teacher's drawer. Amanda put a goldfish in the teacher's drinking glass. These April Fool Day pranks are the ones that you could use in class. Before you go and try them, though, there's something I should mention. The teacher wasn't fooling when she put us in detention.
Thank you, Jesse. All right, next is Jamie. And Jamie's poem is about a teacher that's doing something that's not very smart.
The teachers jumped out of the windows by Ken Nesbitt. The teachers jumped out of the windows. The principal ran for the door. The nurse and librarian bolted. They're not coming back anymore. The counselor, hollering madly, escaped out the door of the gym. The coach and custodian shouted and ran out the door after him. The lunch ladies threw up the ladles and fled from the kitchen in haste, while all of the students looked puzzled as staff members scurried and raced. We'd never seen anything like it, but still it was pretty darn cool to see all of the staff so excited to leave on the last day of school.
Oh, we're never like that. Okay, Caden, come on up. So Caden is going to do the second time for us. The teacher took my iPod. So we're going to listen this time again to what he does differently.
My teacher took my iPod by Ken Nesbitt. My teacher took my iPod. She said they had a rule. I couldn't bring it to the class or even to the school. She said she would return it. I have it back that day. But then she tried my headphones on and gave a click on play. She looked a little startled, but just after a while, she made sure we were occupied and cracked a wicked smile. Her body started swaying. Her toes began to tap. She started grooving in her seat and rocking to the rap. My teacher said she changed her mind. She thinks it's now okay to bring my iPod into class. She takes it every day.
Now, when you stand up here and you look out that way, it's a little bit scary. And there's lights and it's hard to see, so well done. Okay, next we have a group. We have the grade 5 ELL students. We have Oscar, Hugo, Daniel, and Isaac. And they are doing a poem that is called The Contents of My Desk. Sure, none of you have desks like that. A banana peel room. All right, let's have grade 6. Okay, Janica's going to go first, and her poem is called I Love Me.
around me in the most secluded row. I whispered sweetly in my ear of happiness and bliss, and then I almost laughed me when I tried to steal a kiss. Then afterwards, I walked me home, and since I'm so polite, I thanked me for a perfect date and wished myself good night. There's just one little problem, and it kind of hurts my pride. Myself would not invite me in, so now I'm locked outside.
Jason is coming next, and his poem is about those teachers jumping out windows at the last day of school that you would never see at Chaya.
The teachers jumped out of the windows. I can't ask them. The teachers jumped out of the windows. The principal ran for the door. The nurse and librarian bolted. They're not coming back anymore. The counselor, hauling madly, escaped out the door of the gym. The coach and custodian shouted and ran out the door after him. The coach and the lunch ladies threw up their ladles and fled from the kitchen in haste. The students all looked puzzled as staff members scurried and raced. We'd never seen anything like it, but still, it was pretty darn cool to see all the staff so excited to leave on the last day of school.
Okay, now we have Lena. Come on up, Lena. Lena's poem is called The Seafood Diet.
The Seafood Diet by Ken Nesbitt. I've started on a seafood diet. I highly recommend you try it. You eat whatever food you see. A grape, a crepe, a pear, a pea, a candy cane, some bubble gum, a piece of pie, a peach, a plum, banana pancakes, chicken legs, a dozen donuts, deviled eggs, spaghetti noodles, sirloin steaks, vanilla ice cream, birthday cakes, 100 pizzas, chocolate mousse, and gallon jugs of apple juice. The seafood diet. Just can't beat it. Whenever you see food, you eat it. I'm pretty sure you won't lose weight, but what the heck? The food is great.
Thank you. That's a big diet. Annalise is next. And Annalise is going to do I'm Absolutely Full Tonight.
I'm Absolutely Full Tonight by Ken Nesbitt. I'm absolutely full tonight. I couldn't eat another bite. I couldn't eat a half a bean or even taste a tangerine. I couldn't lick a lettuce leaf or bite the slightest bit of beef. I couldn't polish off a pea or sip a single drop of tea or nibble on a nanogram of pickled ham or candied yam or lamb or clam or jam or spam. Yes, that's how full I truly am. To even think of eating more would leave me lying on the floor and surely make my stomach hurt. Unless, of course, you've got dessert.
Good job, Annalise. Brian's coming next. Brian is going to do the poem I Love Me. Brian C. I got his name right.
I love you, my kindness. I took myself out on a date and said I'm looking grand. And when I got my courage up, I asked her to hold my hand. I took me to a restaurant and then the movie show. I put my arm around me in the most secluded room. I whispered sweetly in my ear of happiness and bliss. And then I almost slapped me when I tried to steal a kiss. Then afterwards, I walked me home, and since I'm so polite, I thanked me for a perfect date and wished myself good night. There's just one little problem, and it kind of hurts my pride. Myself would not invite me in, so now I'm locked outside.
Thank you, Brian. That'll be a long night locked out. Natasha, come on up. Natasha is going to do the poem My Hamster Has a Skateboard. done. Okay, grade 6 ELL, come on out on the stage. We have Joseph, Lena, Sa-Jose, Renee, Matthew, Joanna, Barbie, Brian, Mark, Annabella, Oscar, Godfrey, Michael, and Normie. A big group, and the poem that they're going to do for us is called The All-Bean Diet.
The All-Bean Diet by Ken Nesbitt. Beans for breakfast, beans for lunch, beans for dinner, beans for brunch, beans for snacks and all desserts, beans until your stomach hurts. This is called the All-Bean Diet. Man, it's fun, you have to try it. True, it gives you painful gas. Still, it sure does clear the class.
Thank you, beans and broccoli. Okay, that's all of our poems, and now the judges have come to some difficult decisions, and Mr. Rabbit is going to come up and share the results with you.
Okay, so before I begin, I would just like to recognize a few people. So if you're a student who said a poem in front of a class, or if you're a parent who has a proud child here, or if you're a teacher who is proud of your students, please give yourself a hand. I'm going to call up the winners from grade 4, 5, 6 right now. Winners, please come up. We'll have your picture taken as a group, and you'll pick out a poetry book for a prize. The winner from grade 4 is Tiago Flores. From grade 5, I've been doing this for a few years, and this was actually the closest we've ever had for one event. So there was 4 kids within about 3 points, but the winner was Caden Keat. Okay, so the final group from grade 6, the winner was Natasha Ho. I actually have some certificates I'm going to give as well. So if you were a contestant today, don't leave until I'm able to give you your certificate of participation and you have a picture taken. Okay, so could I have the grade 4s come up? Audrey, Ronnie, Mulan, Wallen, and Bianca. And could the grade 5s now come up? Dylan, Jonathan, Kedir, Jesse, and Jamie. And finally, the grade 6s, if you could come up, Danica, Jason, Annalise, Brian, and Natasha. could we now have the grade 4 ELLs come up? Elvin, Jordan, Benjamin, and Lorraine. Okay, now if we could get the grade 5 ELLs, Oscar, Daniel, Hugo, and Isaac. Okay, final group to come up will be the grade 6 ELLs. Joseph, Sao Jose, Renee, Matthew, Joanna, Barbie, Brian, Mar, Annabella, Oscar, Godfrey, Michael, Norman.
Okay, before we go, first of all, I just want to say a great big thank you to our judges. Everyone give it up for our judges, please. Thank you. That's very important. I also want to say thank you to Ms. Jasinski for being our MC today. Let's give a round of applause for Ms. Jasinski. This is her second time coming over today. Mr. Rabbit, thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause for helping do all the logistics and all the organizing. So, and mostly I want to thank all the students who worked so hard this month. It was very exciting. We chose one poet this month. We focused all of our poems on Ken Nesbitt. I think many of you found he was very fun. He was very zany. He had a very great sense of humor. And most of all, not only memorizing his poems, getting a chance to present them in front of your class, but also getting to meet him today on Skype. That was pretty cool too. So today has been a very exciting day and a fabulous way of ending our National Poetry Month, our celebration for the month of April. So everybody give yourself a big round of applause. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed working with